Scientists have been wrong about when autism begins, and the new answer changes everything. For years, researchers pointed to week 6 of pregnancy. That's when the brain starts taking shape. That's when something, they assumed, must go differently in autistic people. But a groundbreaking 2024 study out of UC San Diego just rewrote that timeline. Here's what they found. Autism doesn't begin when the brain forms. It begins before the brain even exists. Researchers analyzed gene expression in stem cells, the earliest, most primitive building blocks of human life, and they discovered that in autistic individuals, certain gene patterns are already switched on differently before any neuron has ever fired, before any synapse has ever connected. This means the developmental divergence happens at the very root of biology, not in week 6, not in the womb, at the cellular level from nearly the very beginning. So, what does this actually mean? First, it confirms something the autistic community has said for decades. Autism is not caused by vaccines, by diet, by parenting, or by anything that happens after birth. The blueprint was always different. It was written into the biology from the start. Second, it shifts the scientific conversation. Instead of asking, what went wrong during brain development, researchers can now ask a much earlier question. What genes, what cellular signals, what molecular switches create a fundamentally different developmental path? Third, and this is important, different is not broken. The study isn't framing this as a defect. It's framing it as a divergence, a distinct biological trajectory that produces a distinct kind of mind. That reframing matters because for too long, autism research was built around one goal: prevention. But you can't separate autism from an autistic person. Their cognition, their perception, their identity, it's all woven into that early cellular blueprint. What science can do, and what this research opens the door to, is better support. Understanding why certain autistic people struggle with sensory overload, communication differences, or executive function means we can build environments and tools that actually work for them, not against them. The brain doesn't start forming until week 6, but the story? The story starts much earlier. And now, finally, science is starting to read it from the first page.